Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. So as you guys could see from the title and the thumbnail, in this video we are going to be doing an updated how to start cash stuffing as a beginner, or if you feel like you have no money. I'm going to be going over the same 3 tips that I gave you guys in my first cash stuffing video, or how to start cash stuffing video, which that video I will have it linked in the comments, pinned in the comments for you guys to check out. But in this video, there's a few things that need to happen. Number one, I want to go a little bit more in depth on those tips because I feel like I did explain things well, but there are certain things that I didn't go into depth on. The second thing is there's something that I said in that first video that is really incorrect, and I need to correct that. And that pertains to how to figure out the amounts to cash stuff. I know that that's a very infamous question. So I'm gonna show you guys how to figure out the amounts in this video. So if you are excited about this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you are a returning viewer, I hope that you will consider subscribing. And as always, leave me a comment down below. Just like in the first video, if you have any tips for some of our friends who will come across this video on how to start cash stuffing, or want to describe your experience with using this system, go ahead and comment down below and let's get started. Okay, y'all, so also in this video, like always, you guys will see me doing my budget and my cash stuffing in real time. So my tip 1 remains the same, and that is before you can start cash stuffing, you need to create a budget. And your budget needs to include a few things. The first thing is you need a calendar to note down your paydays and your bills. Your bills will also include debt payments that you might be paying on and subscriptions. And you can budget in a variety of ways. Most people will use planners or workbooks. You also have those individuals who use digital platforms like Excel sheet or budgeting apps. So it's totally up to you which method of budgeting you want to use. And so I am using a 7x9 Erin Condren monthly planner. It is linked down below if you are interested in this. And a monthly planner just means that after her calendar, she has lined pages, and then you can use the lined pages to set up your budget. And so that's what I use. And the stickers are from my shop. I think everything that you guys see in the video will be linked below. It'll either be from Erin Condren, my shop, or Amazon. So you want to start with your paydays first. You might get paid once a month, you might get paid bi-weekly, you might get paid weekly. But in between those paydays, you are going to also be setting up your bills, because it's important to know what bills each paycheck will take care of. The next thing that I wanted to note is that you can use the cash stuffing system if you receive any type of income. And it may not be from a traditional job, but it could be through allowance if you are younger. It could be through any type of governmental assistance. It could be through any form of child support, or if anyone else supports you financially and you tangibly receive those funds, you can use this system. So I get paid weekly. So last week, rent, utilities, Netflix, and health insurance were paid. This upcoming week, my cell phone bill will be paid. And another reason for me doing this video, I can't even remember if I said it or not, is that some things have changed in my budget. I am 1 month ahead on bills. So my June bills, all of them are already paid for, and I'm saving money for July bills. Although I am a month ahead on bills, I still have to keep track of the current month's bills to make sure that I have enough money and make sure that these bills are still being covered. So I still use my budgeting calendar for the current month's bills, although I'm a month ahead. This upcoming week, the only bill that I have until my next payday is the cell phone bill. Again, June's cell phone bill is already paid. What I'm gonna be doing is putting money aside for July's cell phone bill. So budgeting and cash stuffing is very important, guys, because it helps us to control the movement of our money. And if we are not in control of the movement of our money, we can't pay off debt, we can't save, We can't, do the things that we really want to do. It really keeps us in financial bondage. So included in your budget will be a calendar like we just saw. Also, the actual budget will be included in your budget. And a monthly budget is your income minus your expenses. So you need to know your income. Mine is kept private and public, but I do have it in this planner. You need your variable and your fixed expenses. My electric bill is a bill, but it is variable. It is not a fixed amount every single month. So I did move that bill over to variable expenses. Another change in my budget, which I did mention in the first video, I told y'all it was coming. Student loans have now been added back to my finances, to my expenses. So student loans are added. You can do a monthly budget, or you can do a paycheck budget, or like me, you can do both. You don't need to do both. I choose to do both because I live on variable income. So because I'm variable, I never know exactly what's coming in. I know roundabout, and I create a monthly budget kind of as like my boundary or my guideline for the month. And then my paychecks are my actual numbers of what actually came in, what I'm working with. And I still try to keep it within the guidelines of this monthly budget. Okay, so something that I didn't mention in my first video is that the resource that you are going to use to create a budget is going to be your bank account or your bank statement. We'll just stick within the confines of if you're choosing to do a monthly budget to not make this video too extensive and confusing. Same principles can be applied if you choose to just do paycheck budgets. Your bank statements are going to show you how much money you actually have coming into your life. Your bank statements are also going to give you an exact amount of your bills and what your bills are. Your bank statements are also going to show you how much money you are spending in variable expenses. So to get started, my recommendation, you are going to go through the last month's bank statement because that month is over and I can get a whole picture of my finances from the previous month. You're going to use the previous month's bank statement to create a budget for next month. So you can use your banking app on your phone and scroll through and go through your bank statement, or you can print out a bank statement, which is probably what I would recommend. Once you have your bank statement, you're gonna first look at all of your deposits to get your income, to know what that number is. After you get your income, come over to your bills, or come over to your, fixed expenses and get all of those. Why? Because those amounts don't change and you can easily kind of knock those out and get those set up in your budget. Then I would move over to your variable expenses. You're going to create categories for your variable expenses. There are 5 most commonly used categories in a budget for variable expenses, and those categories are groceries, gas, household items, eating out, and personal expenses. So 5. Now you can have more than that. I have more than that. But to get you started, those 5 will be good enough. As you're going through your bank statements, all of the expenses that fall under each category, you're going to add them up. This will give you a total monthly amount that you're spending on groceries, gas, personal, household, eating out, etc. So to give you guys an example, and this is truly just an example, so we're gonna pretend that this is for a month, okay? This is your bank statement. You've gotten it printed out. You've got your opening statement, your closing statement. You got your direct deposit. That could be your paycheck for the month. What I did was all of the expenses that were bills, I just put a red dot next to them. The next thing that I recommend doing, using highlighters, okay? So I have 5 colors here, and I've given each color a category. Now these are for your variable expenses. Now I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna highlight in color for my variable expenses, okay? So I have a Costco expense. I'm gonna highlight that pink because that's probably groceries. I have a gas expense and highlight that blue. A household expense, I'm gonna highlight that yellow. A eating out expense, I'm gonna highlight that orange. And then we have gas again. A personal expense, going to Starbucks, I'm gonna highlight that green. After you've gone through your bank statement and you've highlighted everything, now you're just gonna add these amounts up, okay? So groceries, I just have 1 pink, that's $1.50. For gas, I have a couple blues, I'm gonna add 30 and 25, that'll give me 55. For eating out, I have a couple of oranges, 30 plus 30, that's 60, I'm gonna do 60, and etc. This is what I recommend doing when you're trying to create a budget. So now we get into my tip number 2, which is to cash stuff your variable expenses. So to do cash stuffing, you will need a wallet and you will need envelopes. You're going to label your envelopes by your variable expenses. So you'll have an envelope for groceries, an envelope for gas, an envelope for personal spending, household items, and eating out. Next, we need to figure out our amounts. So what I said in the last video that was incorrect was I told you guys that these amounts were a guesstimate. That was not correct. These amounts are not a guesstimate. These amounts are gonna come from your bank statements, okay? Okay, after going through my bank statements and getting my total amounts for these categories by adding up those expenses, I'm going to then divide these total amounts by my paychecks, by how many paychecks I get per month. So this month I'm getting 5 because I'm paid weekly and I have 5 weeks this month. Most months I just get 4. If you're paid bi-weekly, you get paid twice a month. If you get paid monthly, you get paid once a month. June is a 5-week month for me. So let's just take spending for example. I've gone through my bank statements, I've added up all the little spending expenses and come to a total of, okay, I need about $50 a month for just personal spending, snacks, coffee, etc. I'm gonna take 50 and divide it by 5. So that means every week I'm gonna give myself $10 for spending. To know what I'm gonna stuff per pay period, I'm gonna take this number, divide it by 5, okay? If let's say you get paid twice a month, you would take these numbers, divide it by 2. That's how much money you're gonna stuff in your cash envelope wallet for each of these expenses. So I truly hope that that explains this to you all. I was in error by saying you just guess these amounts. You do not guess these amounts. You go online, you get you a bank statement, you get it printed out, and you go through and highlight your expenses, put them in the categories, add it up, and then based on how many paychecks you get per month, you will divide that total by the number of paychecks. But you want to stuff your variable expenses because these tend to be the categories that we have the least discipline, knowledge, and control over. Okay guys, so with that being said, I have a budget for my bills. I try to budget over the actual bill amount so that I always have enough, and then whatever's left over can just be in my checking account buffer. I do not have any other updates for you guys other than my rent, utilities, and my Netflix bill. I did put up $20 aside to get my goddaughter some flowers, but because of time issues, that did not happen. So instead, I am putting that $20 in her sinking fund. So now we will come to my paycheck budget. So for week 1, I had rent, Netflix, and health insurance come out, and the budget was $1,048. The actual was $1,042.06. For my variable expenses, I gave myself $185 for the week. That's all of my categories, weekly amounts added up. And I have $17 left over, so that means I spent $168. For my sinking funds and saving challenges, I'm adding this 20 to the 91. So that's going to be 111 because that went into sinking funds. My 1 month ahead binder got 66. Nothing for my goddaughter because I did not use it for that purpose, and then nothing unbudgeted came out. So I'm going to add these amounts up. So the budget for the week for bills, expenses, and some savings, cash savings was $1,410, and I came in this week at $1,387.06. So the 1048 minus the 1042.06 gave me a positive of $5.94. For variable expenses, like I said, we saved $17. For sinking funds and saving challenges, I totaled that amount, but I added my goddaughter's 20 there, which means I saved 20 here. So now I'm going to add these amounts. So our difference is $22.94, but I'm gonna double check it really quick. $22.94 is what we have left over, and so this was a green week for me with a savings of $22.94. Okay, so to set up Paycheck 2, the due date is the 8th, and this is cell phone. I budgeted $88 for my cell phone bill for the month of June, so we'll come back and check on that at the end of the week to see what it actually was. My variable expenses this week will be $215. My saving challenges will get rollover money from my cash wallet, so I'm not adding anything there from the paycheck, but the SCing Funds will get $77. My 1 month ahead binder will get $60. I went ahead and already filled in this amount off camera, so I have extra expenses this week. My mom's birthday gift, another gift for Father's Day, and then if you have heard about the meetup experience in Atlanta for abstinent Christians, I will be attending that this year, and so this pretty much mainly was the flight, the ticket, the Airbnb, all that stuff. So let's add up these amounts. So that brings us to a total of $1,177 as the budget for, what did I say? As the budget for this week. Okay, so the next thing that your budget needs to include, we have the calendar, the actual budget. You need some type of check-in. So you need to be able to check in with your budget throughout the month to make sure that you are staying in budget or to see if you're going over budget. So I use a weekly check-in for my variable expenses. For tracking my bills, as you guys seen previously, I just track them right here. Now I'm going to use the weekly check-in to track my variable expenses. So for the first week of June, the budget was $10 for spending. I have $4 left, which means I spent $6. For gas, I have $12 left, excuse me. So that means I spent $23 in gas this week. For groceries, I do not have anything left, so I spent the whole $75. For eating out, I have $1 left, so I spent $19. I did not give myself any medicine money. I don't have anything left in home or beauty, so I spent the whole amount. So for this second week of the month, spending is going to get $10 per use. It's just for snacks and coffee. Gas will get $35. Groceries will get $70. I already did my meal plan for this week and did the budget for it, and so I just need $70 this week. Eating out is going to get $30. Medicine will get $20. I need allergy medicine. Home is going to get $50. I'm out of several things, and then beauty's not going to get anything this week. I'm going to subtract my spent column from week 1 from my monthly totals over here, because subtracting this column from what I have for the month will let me know how much I have left in the month. I'm gonna do that off camera. So I do track a few other things in my budget. You don't have to, worry about this or get to this portion. This kind of comes in time as you start budgeting, start cash stuffing, different aspects of your budget will grow. I do have an expense tracker here that is specifically for my SCing Funds. If I start spending money out of my SCing Funds, I do have a cash savings tracker right here because I am working on a goal of saving $2,500 in cash. So I just kind of keep up with it right here. Today we're going to put money in the saving challenge and the 1 month ahead binder, and those two things will get a total of $77. My current balance is $2,213. So $213 plus 77 will bring me to $2,290. And again, the goal is $2,500. Okay guys, so the last tip that I gave in the previous video, again in this video, but I don't really have much of an update for this tip, is what to do with your leftover money. So like I stated in the first video, the first thing I would recommend for leftover money is if you have like specific debts that you are trying to pay off, would be to put any type of extra money toward your debt payments. Next thing that you can do is put money towards online savings accounts and investments. I currently use Ally. online banking system because it is a high yield savings account, meaning I get very good interest every single month. I do have a link down below to Ally if you want to sign up with them, as well as I invest in Robinhood, and there's a link down below for them as well. You can get a free stock, and so will I. You can do your cash savings like you guys see here, SCing Funds and saving challenges. You can also put money, leftover money, toward next month's bills if you're trying to work on getting a month ahead on bills. That is it, guys. So we're gonna get to my cash stuffing. So $513 is what I took out of the bank. That's what we're gonna be cash stuffing today. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is take out the rollover money. So this is the money that I'm gonna put in my saving challenges today. I did not take any additional money out of my paycheck for saving challenges. So this is what we're doing. So this is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, $17 that will go toward our savings challenges. So that means, so spending is going to get a 10. And gas will get 20, 30, and 5. And I am going to work on the vlog that several of you asked for, the what I spend in a week or how I spend money in a week. I am still going to be working on that. Put that in the wrong envelope. And I hope to get a video out for you guys this summer. Groceries is going to get $70 for this week. Okay, and then home is gonna get a 50. I'm like out of so many things, and I just like, let's just go ahead and take care of all of it. Eating out will get 30. And we are done with beauty for the month. And meds will get a 20. So I do have some coins here that I'm gonna put in my coin box. I'm gonna go ahead and take these out. And what needs to go in this clear envelope is my mom and dad's money. So my mom's, her birthday already passed. Thank you guys for all the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. But that's gonna be for her birthday gift. And then I already bought my dad a Father's Day gift, but I wanna add like one more thing to it. So that's gonna be $18. And I'm gonna use this money for my parents for this weekend. So 50, 60, 65, 70, 71, 72, 73. And I will just go ahead and stick this money in the zipper envelope back here. This is kind of just a multi-purpose envelope, just whatever I need it for. And I do have some receipts that I'm going to scan into Fetch Rewards, which is the app that I use to trade receipts in for points and turn points into gift cards. Amazon and Visa are my favorite. My link is down below if you want to get started with Fetch. Okay, so next up we are going to stuff my saving challenges. And like I said, we're going to use that rollover money from my wallet to do so. So I have $17. I'm going to have $1 left over, and I already know where I'm going to put that. So I'm going to put that off to the side. In the June envelope, in the my card challenge, I'm just going to put $2 in today. So we have a couple, no, one $2 spot. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is pull up my little check mark here and put it down with where the 2 is. I don't have my tweezers today, but that's okay. And then I'm gonna add the 2 to the stack. So in the card challenge, we have $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $600, $620, $640, $650, $660, $60, $670, $75, $80, $85, $86, $87, $88, $89, $690, $691, $692. So $692 is what we have in here. This card challenge saves you a total of, I think, $1,500 by the end of the year. So we got our first June heart checked off. My next challenge, which is sold out, is the Rose Gold Binder Challenge. And I'm not going to restock these because we will have, Lord willing, 2026 coming out in the next few months. So our first bubble up for June is 14. So I'm going to go ahead and color in 14. And this challenge saves you $1,000. I think next year I'm going to also offer a $3,000 card in case you want to, you know, save more than that. But in total, my two challenges together saves me about $2,500. So then we'll flip to June's envelope and we're going to add this $14 in. Okay, so we have now stuffed our saving challenges and we're done with those. And I'm gonna leave the card out to dry for a little bit before I put it back in the binder. Okay, so next up is my 1 month ahead binder. This is the binder that I use to get 1 month ahead on bills. And I'm almost done with saving for month 2 to add to my online emergency fund. And once I complete this binder for the second time, I will do another video for you guys. We'll unstuff it and get new trackers and all the fun things. So let's add $41 to rent. So 20, 40, and 1. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 600, 620, 640, 660, 680, 700, 720, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Was that 727? I don't know. I lost count. Okay. All right, so my utilities are fully funded. I'm going to put this extra dollar in streaming apps because that Netflix upcharge, I really need about $20. So we're at 18. But when I started this binder, my Netflix bill was lower. So that's why it was considered fully funded, because it was before they went up on us. Health insurance, cell phone, and car insurance and subscriptions are all fully funded. So let's go to Wi-Fi. And let's add $6 for 50, 70, 75, 80, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90. And lastly, electricity, we will add $13. So 10, 11, 12, and 13. For 100, 150, 160, 170, 180, 185, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95. So I only need $5 more to get to 200. So I think I will just put $5 here. So when I do my next budget, I know I don't need 13. I just need 5. Although I might want to do 13. Yeah, let's just do 13 because sometimes that electricity bill can get more than $200. It's not often, but it won't hurt to have a little bit more. Never mind. Okay, y'all, so we are done with our 1 month ahead binder. And now we will move on to our bills binder. So this is the binder where I am saving money for the next month's bills. So June bills are paid. We're currently saving money for July bills. So coming up this week, second week of the month, my cell phone bill is due. That is $88. So we would do 50, disgusting, 70, 80, 85, 86, 87, 88. I got some rough bills today, but I'm just grateful that they have the bills. So These are rough. So cell phone bill for July is stuffed. Health insurance for July is stuffed. Netflix bill for July is stuffed. And I think the only other thing we have after that is rent for July. Okay, so we're done with our bills binder. And lastly, we will stuff my sinking funds. So I will be using sinking funds this month. I have several car purchases coming up. So birthdays will get $10. So we have 1, 2, 300, 320, 330, 340, 350. And this is for my birthday. For other people's birthdays, I will just cash flow a gift. But for my birthday, I'm not really a shopper or a person who shops a lot. Hence why I have a wardrobe sinking fund, because I don't shop a lot. But I do like to do things for my birthday. So get beauty services or go on a trip. And so because of that, I do need a sinking fund so that nobody else has to pay for that. Wardrobe gets a 5, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 41. $41 in wardrobe. I feel like it was something else I was getting ready to tell you guys, and it just has completely slipped my mind. I'm so sorry about that. In other news, I am going to be creating a sinking fund for the meetup because it's kind of something that we go to every year, but it's kind of an expensive trip. And if you don't save up for it in advance, it's about $1,000 trip. So monthly savings got 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22. So we have $22 in monthly savings. So I do foresee myself adding an envelope for the meetup experience, probably in August. Car maintenance will get a 25. I really should have switched this out for another one of the 20s, but that's okay. So we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 500, 550, 570, 590, 610, 615, 620, 625, 630, 631. And this is why I love sinking funds, because I have over $600 ready to go for car maintenance, which my car maintenance light did just come on in my car. I'm also going to need 2 new tires very soon, and I have like $250 saved for those. I'm going to Discount Tire. And then my car registration is due, and I have about $80 saved for that. And I'm telling you guys, sinking funds are just amazing. This lady's got 2 for $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6. Okay, so my goddaughter, like I told you guys, I ended up not spending that 20 on her flowers, so I just put it in her envelope, and then she's gonna get a 2 as well. These bills make me feel like I need to go wash my hands. 200 is in the bank for her. 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. 234 is what she has. And this envelope is just for her. I was thinking I would share it with future godchildren, but I will not. This is just hers. We'll find something else to do for any others. And then date night is going to get a 5. For 20, 25, 30, 35, 36, 37. We usually do damage in this envelope around November, so hopefully it comes in handy again. Okay guys, so this is my high priority binder, and I'm gonna get these envelopes back in their binder. And lastly is my low priority binder that we are going to stuff. Okay, car registration will get $2 for 1, 2. for 50, 70, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82. And I forgot to put my car maintenance sticker on my planner because I plan on going to get my car maintenance, and at that point I will get the emissions test so I can get it registered. I think in like the third weekend of this month, because I'm busy this weekend, I'm busy next weekend. I think the weekend after that I'm gonna go. So giving, which are my giveaways, got $2, $5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. $14. I did complete it earlier, but then we had a giveaway. So now I'm starting over again. Christmas will get a 10. For 100, 150, 170, 190, 200, 210, and 220. We are making our way to that 300, and I would love to save more than that. I would love to have, I should be able to, because that's only what, 8 more weeks, 2 months, and we have more months than that left for Christmas. Emergency will get a 5 for $15. So in the bank I have 12. Oh, what do I have in the bank? I think I have like 190 something in the bank. I don't know, guys. I don't know. But what you don't see, what you don't see here is in the bank. So adding a 5 brings us to 1207. So yeah. And this just goes to my starter emergency fund, that $1,000. But then my 1 month ahead binder adds to my fully funded emergency fund of 6 months worth of expenses. So for holidays, I have 20, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 41, 2, 3, and 4. Ooh, we're almost at $50. Okay. This is primarily for Thanksgiving and Christmas. However, this year I almost needed it for Easter as well. So Easter will probably get added. And then car tires will get $2 for 100, 200, 250, 251, 2, 3, 4, 5, $256 in car tires. Okay guys, so we are done stuffing our sinking funds. If you guys enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Please leave me a comment down below about how you enjoy using the cash stuffing system and how it's helped you in your finances. If you have questions, go ahead and leave them down below. Myself or another budget community member will probably answer for you. And I will see you guys next week. Have a great weekend. Bye.